Currently, I am highly doubting myself. I wake up every day at 5 a.m. I go to the gym. I post 5 to 10 trial reels a day. I do a YouTube video. I post on my story all day. I look every day. I look at my Instagram. I refresh. Oh, have I got a follow yet? Have I got a follow yet? I'm like addicted to it. I'm obsessed with it. And that's how I am. I'm an obsessive person. When I find something new, I love to obsess about it extremely, which sometimes good, sometimes bad, right? But if you're doing the right thing, maybe good. If you're doing the right thing, probably bad. Anyway, look, I don't have a job right now. This is what I'm doing. I have until the end of 2026 to pretty much prove to myself that I can make it doing this content thing. I have 6 months left on my degree, my finance degree. I don't want to go into finance, so I really want this to work out. I'm also currently studying my certificate 4 in fitness, which hopefully I'll get done within 3 months or 4 months, and then I can start training people. My goal here is to build a following and then eventually do online coaching by next year, hopefully. But really right now, I'm struggling with doubt. I wake up and every day I take these actions. I post videos, I post videos, I post videos. People comment, people like, some people follow, but I'm yet to see much success. And I'm very much doubting myself. But I'm not going to give up. I know I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going, but I'm doubting myself. And I'm making this video so that in 6 months' time, I can look back and be like, this is how much doubt I was feeling in the moment, and look how far I've come. So next time I'm feeling that amount of doubt, I can think of this time and be like, don't worry, you're just doubting yourself. It will be totally fine. So guys, I low-key feel like I'm going crazy, okay? My life right now is pretty much revolving around making content. Like, I'm just making content. Like, I'm not even doing much else with my day. Obviously, I'm studying, but that's it. So, like, I'm making content, but, most personal brands, they go out and they do shit and everything throughout the day, and they post about it. I'm just, like, posting, like, to post. Like, I'm talking about stuff, but I'm not posting much about my day, because my day is just really me sitting at home doing the same thing over and over and over again, posting and posting and posting and losing my mind, bro. I've been watching this guy on YouTube a lot, John Mark. He's really motivating me. Every time I'm doubting myself, I watch a video by him. But, coincidentally, he sells a course on becoming an online personal trainer. So, maybe it's just a ploy to get me to buy his course. But his videos still are very motivational, and I do take a lot away from them. But yeah, I have 3 whiteboards in my room, and every day I write on them. Not like some schizophrenic person writing on the wall, but I'm writing on the board trying to figure out systems, trying to figure out how can I be the best personal trainer in the future? How can I be the best online coach in the future? How can I build the best systems to create the best content that I possibly can to get the most followers, to pipeline them into me making money, obviously, and also motivate people, right? Those are my days. I wake up at 5 a.m., I go to the gym, I feel great. I have my caffeine, I'm feeling amped up. I get my session done, I make some reels, 3 or 4 reels probably on the way home. I do my handstand push-up series, which is what I'm doing right now. Go home, feel good. Then 12, 1, 2 p.m. comes around and I start to crash off. I don't know if it's the caffeine coming down or if it's just the middle of the day. So you kind of get a bit tired towards the afternoon, and I start to doubt myself and I start to think, what am I doing? What am I doing? I need to go do something with my life. I'm sitting here, I don't have a job. This is stupid. I'm not seeing any success. What's the point of this? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I have to remember the vision I have for myself. In 6 months' time, I'm going to be looking back on this video. I'm going to be sitting there with 10,000 followers at least. And I'm going to be perfectly primed in the position to build an online community and an online offer that people can buy. I can motivate people. I can help people succeed. I can help impact the world in a positive way. And I'm willing to sweat, cry, and bleed for that goal. As you can see, I'm online, posting myself, embarrassing myself. People think I'm crazy, whatever. And yeah, but I'm willing to do it because that's my goal and I don't care what it takes. I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going because I think I found the thing that I really, actually, truly want to do. And, I've said that before in the past, but I genuinely believe it this time because in the past, I was kind of just doing stuff. Oh, maybe someone else wants me to do this. Finance is cool. Like you get money, you get status. So this is a good idea. I'm good at maths, whatever. I want to be a mechanic because, I like cars or whatever. But really, this is like, I've done fitness my whole life. I've made content previously in the past when I was a young kid. I've always loved it. I've always loved creating things and allowing people to see it and sharing it with the world. I made music, content, whatever, and I love fitness. So combining those two things that I've done my whole life, and I never thought to do them as a career because I was like, this is dumb. I want to keep this to my private life. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to make it a job and ruin it. But now I'm starting to see how far I'm willing to go every day, seeing zero success, because these are the things that I actually truly love to do. I love doing this. I love making these videos. I love sitting here in the shed, talking to the camera to no one, dreaming about who I'm going to be in the future. The fuck was that? And hopefully motivating people, right? I love it. And I love going to the gym every day and working out every day and trying to get the best body that I can. And I love that. That's what I do every day anyway. So I don't care. Like, it's almost like that's what you have to do. You have to find something that you love so much that you don't even care if you don't see results. You just love the process of it. Okay, obviously right now I'm feeling burnt out. I'm feeling doubt. I'm feeling down. I'm not feeling energized. But doing these talks in the shed and just spamming words into the camera gives me so much more energy and so much more motivation. I don't know what it is about it, but this is my favorite part of the day right here. When I stare into that camera and I just talk exactly what's on my mind, no filter, no script, no structure, and I just convey my emotions and my raw emotions to the camera for you guys to see, you guys to be motivated, me to be motivated, and me to look back on in 6 months' time, in a year's time, and look at how far I've come. So, the title of this video is going to be Dancing with Doubt. What does that mean? Well, I just posted a trial reel and I made the caption. I'm thinking I came up with this. I haven't seen it before, right? Doubt is the entree to success. Maybe I'll make that the title of the video because that sounds a lot more cool. But doubt is really the entree to success. You know, when you go to a restaurant and you're about to have a delicious main course meal, you get an entree. And normally the entree actually tastes pretty good, right? And you're keen to have the main meal. But doubt is not a nice entree. You eat this entree and you're like, oh, get me out of this restaurant. Get me out of here. I don't want to be here. But it's the people that eat that doubt. They eat that entree and they stay and they wait for the main meal. Those are the people who are rewarded because you have to doubt yourself before you succeed. How are you going to succeed in anything before you see results? You can't just come in automatically assuming to see results, right? You have to fail. You have to doubt yourself. You have to sit there and think, what the fuck are you doing with your life? You have to cry. You have to sweat. You have to bleed to create a goal that you really want for yourself and create a future that you truly want and truly motivates you and hopefully impacts the world in a positive way. So that is today's video. That is what it's about. What tips can I give for this? What have I been doing every day to pretty much battle this doubt? Just keep battling the doubt. Well, firstly, I love what I'm doing. I really genuinely do love talking to the camera right now. And I also love working out so much. So you have to love what it is. But still, the doubt is still going to be there. Second thing, I think regulating your mood, trying to have not a flat mood, but a stable mood the best you can. So that means not having to, like, I'm only having half a coffee in the morning. Like, I fill the coffee up, I drink half of it. Like, because I feel like if I have a whole coffee, then I just get too amped up and then crash too hard. So trying to keep that baseline mood stable so that you don't crash too low and doubt yourself too much. Because if you doubt yourself too much, that's when you're going to take an action in the opposite way of where you're trying to get to your goal, right? But if you have a bit of doubt, then you can recognize, oh, I'm just doubting myself, and then you can keep pushing forward. Third thing, you have to understand how your belief system works and how your goals come to fruition, right? You believe something, so you take an action and you get a result. Then that reinforces your belief, right? So you build habits to create the action. Then you have a strategy to get the result. And then the result, whatever the result is, you're going to feel emotions from it, which are going to reinforce or not reinforce your beliefs. So my belief right now is I can become a big, successful content creator within 6 months, right? That's my belief. But the habits I'm doing the habits, posting every day, posting a YouTube video every day. Obviously, you know, my reels are not the best. They're not the greatest, but it will come over time. I'll get better, right? And that's the strategy. The action to the strategy to get the results. Because right now I'm not getting the results. I'm getting views, I'm getting a bit of followers, but that's it really. I'm not seeing anything crazy. So I need to work on my strategy, but the strategy, you know, comes over time. You just keep putting the reps in, and you will eventually figure out the right strategy that works, A, for you, and 2, just works in the way that it's actually successful, right? I think the biggest, most important part is this emotional part here, where you're interpreting the results, which are affecting your beliefs. So, I could do two things. Let's say I post 10 trial reels throughout the day, which I do, and they all get less than 200 views, because I don't know if anyone else on the other side of the camera posts trial reels, but that's kind of like the way it works. If the reel like ends up doing shit, it won't get more than like 200 views. And I've had days like that. I posted 10, like fucking my whole day basically just making reels, and they all got less than 200 views. And I can either sit there and look at these views and be like, fuck, I'm never going to make it. I'm never going to be successful. And feel this, let this sadness pull down on me and drag me in the wrong direction. Or I can interpret the results as that was 10 more attempts closer to having a really successful video. That was 10 more attempts closer to finding out the formula that actually works for me. That was 10 attempts closer to finally becoming the person that I want to become. Every attempt you take is one step closer to finally becoming that person that you really know that you want to become, right? So that's how you need to view it. You need to, you can still feel the emotions. Don't get me wrong. I still feel sad. I still doubt myself every day. But you need to reinterpret what this doubt and what this sadness means. This is a natural part of the process to success. You need to feel doubt. If you're not feeling doubt, then that means you're not taking actions, because you can't have 100% success rate in your actions, right? So you're going to have results that fail and going to make you feel doubt. So honestly, maybe it's like the more you doubt yourself, maybe the more actions you're taking, so the more results you're getting that are failing. Maybe you're getting some wins too, but you're also getting a lot more fails. So you're doubting yourself more. Maybe doubting yourself a lot is a good thing. Obviously, unless you're doing something that you know is inherently bad. But right, posting on content on Instagram and YouTube and trying to grow a following, that's not inherently bad. So there's nothing inherently wrong with what I'm doing. I'm just doubting myself, and I'm doubting that I can actually achieve the things that I said I want to achieve and the goals that I actually have, right? So that's how the system works. You have a new belief, a new belief that you're trying to enforce, that yes, I can be a successful creator. You start taking actions towards it, and you get results, and you won't get the results you want to get for probably a long time. You just have to keep going and getting shit results and getting shit results and getting shit results, doubting yourself, doubting yourself, doubting yourself, doubting yourself. But don't interpret that doubt in a negative way. Don't interpret that doubt as in, I won't be able to do it. Interpret the doubt as in, this is a natural part of the process. So that is step 3 on battling that doubt, is understanding this process and what's actually going on and how it works. Because if you don't understand the process, then you're just going to feel doubt and you're going to be like, oh my God, what am I doing? And you're going to stop. Then my second point. What was my second point? I got too amped up on what I was saying. My second point was you're stabilizing your mood, right? So you have to stabilize your mood. Otherwise, you're going to go down and you're going to go into these troughs, and the doubt's going to be just too strong. Because if you're doubting yourself already with this whole system, the third point, and then you trough down into this massive sadness, then you're just cooked. And number 1 was, I forgot what number 1 was, so I'm sorry. But hopefully you see how those things all tie in together. And yeah, so that's today's video. This video is also a lot for me to just look back on for myself in 6 months and be like, wow, look how far I've come. But yeah, so that's it. Hopefully you guys took something away from this as well. But yeah, that's really it. You're not going to see the results straight away. You're going to doubt yourself. And if you're doubting yourself, it's good, because it means you're taking the actions and it means you're seeing results. It doesn't matter if you see a good result or a bad result. You just need to see results, because it means you're taking the actions, right? The more action you take, the faster and the more the more exponential your growth towards the results and the eventual belief will become. So yeah, thanks guys. I hope this video helped you guys out. It definitely helped me out. Just got this off my mind, because every day, honestly, I make these videos and I just get that shit off my chest and I feel good afterwards. So I feel good right now after getting that off my chest. And hopefully me, in 6 months, looking back, will be smiling at this video, and maybe I'll make a video where I'm holding it up to the camera like that and then panning off to myself being really happy. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.